Do you see this man on the screen, chat? This is my goat. It's his story, bro. It's his story. He's this is my favorite Final Fantasy. But ladies and gentlemen, we are gonna be looking at IGN because IGN is talking about JRPGs apparently. I wonder why that is. I wonder what game just came out that made them feel like they needed to make this video. French. Today we are gonna be looking at some JRPGs from IGN of all people. Never thought I would say that. I didn't even think they cared. If they have Expedition 33 on here, I am gonna have problems. It's a good game, but all right, let's just do it. Let's press the button. Stop talking.
Role-playing games have been incredibly popular for longer than there have been computers and consoles, with a long and storied history stretching back to the inception of tabletop adventures.
All right.
That means there's now been decades of RPG evolution, so much so that the genre now has several distinct strands. Among the most popular are JRPGs, role-playing games developed in Japan. While many are instantly recognizable thanks to their anime-influenced visuals, that's not the only element that makes JRPGs distinct from games made elsewhere.
I'm pausing it. If this game's not on here, I'm crying. I'm crashing out. I love this game so much. This is Dragon Quest 11 or 11S, either one. Good game, should be on here.
Elsewhere in the world. They traditionally put emphasis on epic, emotional, linear stories headlined by handcrafted characters rather than playing generated protagonists. Combat is typically very tactical and often turn-based, and if you're lucky, you'll be able to summon a giant deity or freaky monster to help you out. And of course, there's the music. You won't find a game on our list that doesn't have a terrific battle theme. So prepare your potions and slot your materia. It's time for IGN's Top 25 JRPGs.
Now get on your high horse.
All right, let's get into it. All right.
With a series as
all right, so we're starting out pretty good. SMT3 Nocturne, pretty chill start. All right, I'm watching you, IGN. I got eyes on you.
Wide-ranging as Shin Megami Tensei, it's tough to pick out a single entry as the one to put forward as the top choice. Although the combo of SMT6 and SMT4 Apocalypse is our favorite 1-2 punch, and the modernized Shin Megami Tensei 5 Vengeance is fantastic in its own right, and the recent remaster is a solid version we can recommend if you want to see what Shin Megami Tensei
Nocturne is this low. Yep, it's this low.
From the JRPG tradition. You're not going to find an emotional or deep story in Nocturne. The Shin Megami Tensei series is more concerned with big philosophical questions about human nature, which creates a platform for its uniquely deranged post-apocalyptic Tokyo. It's a rad approach, and you don't see it often outside of Shin Megami Tensei. The focus here is more on the crunchy RPG stuff, which is widely known to be tough as nails.
I just pissing my chat off, bro. They're pissing my chat off, dude. Oh my god, you love to see it. You look. We knew this would happen. We knew this day would come. IGN would open their mouths and they would talk about our sacred games. So we just got to sit here and take it. We got to take these blows. We got to take these blows, bro. Oh my goodness.
And punishing in ways that aren't always fair. That's part of the Shin Megami Tensei experience, and it makes Nocturne's hardest battles satisfying and rewarding.
Do you even know what that means, bro?
Infuse your roster of demons as if they were cursed Pokemon.
To create or destroy this world.
All right. Breath of Fire 3.
The Breath of Fire series
I didn't play the Breath of Fire series,
but it was formative for those of us who played them in their heyday. While some folks will point to Breath of Fire 4 as the series peak, we will always have a special fondness for Breath of Fire 3, which works as a fantastic coming-of-age tale. As always, your protagonist is a blue-haired boy who's part dragon, but seeing him grow up throughout the story and work alongside some
have you ever even played Nocturne?
Makes for a memorable journey. Although
she doesn't even go here.
Play out fairly straightforward, it's a well-executed combat system that shows the core tenets of what makes JRPGs great. It can be obtuse at times with its mini-games along the way, like training that one villager in combat, or navigating the Desert of Death by following the stars in the night sky. But this was the first time I loved a fishing minigame, which was part of what gave Breath of Fire 3 a strong sense of play.
First time, bruh? This is the first time. They got... If you want fishing, bruh, don't play 15. 15 will get you addicted to fishing. Final Fantasy 15 got me hooked for no reason. I don't even know why. It just did.
It's a world with 3D environments and some fantastic sprite work for its character designs. It's one of the gems of the PS1 era and a great representation of JRPGs in its time.
Bet. Golden Sun.
Golden Sun and its sequel, The Lost...
I'm sorry this got put above Nocturne because fishing, indeed. Because he just loved fishing. He loved putting his little 8-bit stick in the water. I don't know.
Stage really should be counted as one game, which is the way they were always intended to be, as it's impossible to pick one over the other to represent one of the most incredible
Let's go Golden Sun,
adventures out there. A revolutionary Game Boy Advance duology, its gorgeous pixel art still holds up today, and its soundtrack by Motoi Sakuraba pushed the little handheld beyond its limits.
Damn, bro said that so Hispanic. My fault.
Though aspects of Golden Sun's turn-based battle system and activate the elemental MacGuffin's plot are fairly RPG standard, others took wild, exuberant turns. Synergy, the game's magic system, can be used both in battle and as a traversal mechanic in the overworld, for instance. The elemental Jin system added a new layer of risk-reward to battles, as players could choose whether to sacrifice stat gains for powerful attacks or interesting effects. And the story, though standard throughout much of the first book of Golden Sun, takes a surprising
so far I can't be mad at anything on here so far
by placing players in the shoes of the series' antagonists, forcing them to continue their journey from an opposing perspective. The two-part saga is not just one of the best GBA games or even Nintendo games out there. It's one of the best RPGs ever and remains beautiful, strange, and fun to this day.
Nice. Oh God.
Any JRPG
that shocked
studio
my
that
heart,
partnered
bro.
with Studio Ghibli for its animation could have created an excellent game. But Level 5's wonderful Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch from 2011 still impresses us to this day.
I love Ni no Kuni.
The story begins with protagonist Oliver losing his mother and being whisked away to a magical world on a quest to bring her back to life. I was not expecting the start. Level 5 could have plugged this tale into a generic turn-based RPG and called it a day, but instead, it created a fantastic battle system that's rooted in collecting little creatures and using them to fight bad guys. It's a system that feels equal parts Pokemon and Kingdom Hearts. Happily, Ni no Kuni Wrath of the White Witch is no...
Okay, chat, if you haven't played Ni no Kuni, oh my goodness. I didn't play 2. 1 though, I did not know what I was in for. I didn't know what I was expecting. But, ooh, the tears. Well, the start of the... If you like Studio Ghibli, which if you're an anime fan, you probably do, unless you're an edgelord and just don't like things that are beloved by the populace. However, if you like that JRPG goodness and you love the Ghibli art style, it is a treat for your eyes and your heart. Take it from me.
No longer sequestered to just the PS3, and you can play it pretty much anywhere you can play games right now.
You can play it everywhere. Oh, goated. Why is it so low though? This could be higher. Bruh. Lost Odyssey in 21. This is a game of its time. Lost to Microsoft. Lost to the annals, dude. The annals of the Xbox. If you like JRPGs and you have an Xbox and you haven't played it, what are you even doing? The child Microsoft released our child. Absolutely. Set it free. Lost Odyssey game, bro. Put it on anything else. Put it on the Switch. I don't care. Take it off. This is one of the best games you could ever play. Also one of the saddest. This game will make you cry 10 times over with its story about an immortal man just living his life, just trying to survive damn near. You see his life many times over. And it's so good. It's so good. Let's see what IGN has to say. Let's see why they put it in 21. It could easily have been top 10 though, in my opinion.
Lost Odyssey revolves around Kaim, an immortal who's lost the memories of his well-worn life.
Indeed.
And the pain of regaining those memories in a world beset by war and change. Written by the father of Final Fantasy, Hironobu Sakaguchi, and
Our
developed
father.
by his Mistwalker Studio, you can expect all the common refrains.
I'd agree with that. Same. I'd also agree with it.
Stunning cinematics and beautiful music, courtesy of longtime collaborator Nobuo Uematsu. There's also tons of in-game novellas
that fucking
recount
battle
time's lost
theme,
memories, all elegantly penned by author.
Okay, so the novellas, look, hear me out. You'll have to do some reading, but the literal short stories about Kaim's life in this game are masterpieces. There's this one story that stuck with me personally. I think it's one of the first ones you see, maybe the third one. He's in jail. He's in this dark jail cell for God knows how long because he is immortal. And he's in there for a very long time. It's pitch black. You cannot see. You can only, and you can just hear the drips of water, and you can hear the other people in the cells. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so good.
Kiyoshi Shigematsu. This amalgamation of traditional JRPG gameplay, sweeping music, and novellas come together to create something truly spectacular. It's a shame none of that was fully appreciated back when it launched. Lost Odyssey is a victim of circumstance. It's a JRPG meant for an audience interested in a mature story.
It's a JRPG meant for not a console where their biggest game for years was Call of Duty. Bro, Call of Duty fans are not going to play this. The Halo fans, they're probably not going to fuck with it. I get that y'all wanted to bring that audience to Xbox, and it did a little bit, but it's like, it's advertising. It, like you said, it's the circumstance. If this was on PlayStation, we might have had a Lost Odyssey 2. It would have been a hit, a classic. Probably would have had remakes, remasters, all that shit, all of it, the whole thing. Gears fans aren't fucking with this. I don't even know if there's guns in the games, bruh. God. Oh my god, I love clowning Microsoft people. To be fair, I've had a whole thing where I've said Microsoft fans, if there's no gun in the game, they don't fuck with it. That's why I was making fun of my friends, because I was like, y'all might like Persona 5, there's a gun in it. Because there is a gun in it.
Not the Gears of War hyper-violent type of mature that was the zeitgeist of the Xbox 360
era. Oh yeah, true, that hyper-violence
resonates with the human experience. Sadly, it did not find that audience when it launched in 2007, and so, today, it's a fondly remembered cult classic rather than the first in a successful series.
Roasted, absolutely. Okay, it's such a good game. If you haven't played it, play it.
Got no use for the past.
Alright, what's next? Oh, Star Ocean.
One of the best JRPGs in the original PlayStation lineup sequel, Star Ocean: The Second Story absolutely nails the 2D sprite characters and gorgeous, detailed background visuals that made that era special, and uses them to deliver a rich world and storyline through its two main characters. Players get their pick of who to play as: Claude, the human, or Rena, the elfish nanny, to explore towns and dungeons, battling, befriending new party members, and unraveling interplanetary intrigue.
While I have you here, just chat, YouTube, any person that watches the video, can we talk about HD 2D real quick and how I love that it exists? It's such a good way to bring back the goats of the past, but still try to keep it within its same little nostalgia bubble, but then also to expand on it, to make that world feel as large as it did when we were young, when we were free. God, I got a little emotional. My fault. My bad. Oh my god, I love it so much though. HD 2D everything. Do Final Fantasy 6 HD 2D. You cowards. You absolute chickens. I dare you. I double dog dare you, bitch.
Combat is real-time and nicely customizable with 3 modes: standard, semi-active, or full active, which adjusts how much automation is happening, which you can swap between in real time.
I gotta get to playing the Star Oceans.
Evolved mechanics.
I'll get there.
Star Ocean: The Second Story is still fondly remembered for a reason.
Alright, what's next? Bravely Default 2? Ooh.
If this list was based purely on gameplay alone, Bravely Default 2 would score much higher. This JRPG takes its name from the combat system's core mechanics.
What was that? What just happened?
To make multiple actions in one turn, or default to defend and save up moves for another turn. It's a simple but effective premise that makes for one of the best combat experiences in JRPG history. As you
Chat, I got two wolves inside of me. One of them wants to brave, the other one wants to default. Damn, that was a bad joke.
may expect for a combat-focused game, Bravely Default 2 is no pushover, with 20 to 30-minute boss battles being a common occurrence. After every challenge conquered, you are rewarded with a new character class.
Why do you say, look, if you're a JRPG fan, you get it. If there's a boss, you're probably fighting them for at least half an hour, at least.
Or job, which encourages constant experimentation and build crafting. Finding the right combination of abilities will have you feeling all-powerful as you exploit the systems in your favor. Simply put, Bravely Default 2 is one of the best games for anyone seeking a classic JRPG experience.
Yes, sir. Live Alive.
For the longest time, Live Alive was the quintessential JRPG you'd hear about through
And they're
internet
kissing,
forums
absolutely,
or
yes,
word
sir.
of mouth. Part of its magic was that it remained out of reach for so long.
True.
Until 2022,
Gatekept.
it was available exclusively in Japan. All that left me wondering, was Live Alive's obscurity part of its magic? You know, you want what you can't have sort of thing? Fortunately, Live Alive manages to live up to the hype, as proven by the recent remake that was released worldwide.
Good pun.
Its episodic structure allows you to pick from a number of distinct games within a game. Want a prehistoric Romeo or Juliet story? How about a kung fu passing of the torch set in China? Or perhaps you want a sci-fi story about dangerous cargo on a long-haul spaceflight. Each vignette has its own gameplay quirks and characters that suit the setting. I'd love to dive into the specifics, but the joy is discovering them for yourself, so what are you waiting for?
So it's not over, huh?
That was bad. It was bad. Oh my god, it's Tales of Vesperia. Alright, hold on, pause. Alright, so a JRPG franchise that I have played is the Tales series. Tales of Vesperia, so good. I wonder if they're gonna have Tales of I wonder if they're gonna do multiple from a franchise, or if they're just gonna do one per. I love Vesperia. I also like Zesteria and Berseria and Arise. God, I like them all. I haven't finished them. The only one I have finished is Arise. I played these a long time ago, and I just never got around to finishing them. But this was my first one, I'm pretty sure. Back on the Xbox. But Symphonia, true. Are they doing another Symphonia? I'll look it up later. Like a remaster or remake? I hope so. I hope I'm right about that.
A true standout in the huge Tales series of games, 2008's Tales of Vesperia combined strong storytelling and a refined linear motion battle system and managed to create a world
I love
that
the battle
both
system in
Tales
Tales.
veterans and first-timers could get lost in. The main hero is Yuri Lowell, a disillusioned former Imperial Knight soldier who is less concerned with saving the world and more focused on how abuse of the world's precious Blastia core resources are affecting his local neighborhood. Naturally, this leads to forming a party of anime characters running off to explore.
I did love the start of this game. It still sticks with me. How I believe what happened was the lower economy area flooded because of just something that the higher economy area was doing, and all of the water was just going down there, and they just had to sit there and deal with it. It was so good because it was one of the first times I've seen social economical issues in a video game, in all honesty. Which is probably my favorite part about JRPGs, is when they delve into the world and what's wrong with it. They don't even tell you, they show you just outright the inequalities, like in the real world.
The map and watching characters banter between battles. Tales of Vesperia made a few tweaks to Tales' combat mechanics, but kept the important parts.
Oh my god, I can still hear it in my head.
Battle system that skips the random encounters, so standard in the genre, so it's intense without ever feeling like a grind.
Nice.
Chaining together combos and using special attacks in the heat of battle do a lot to spice up the classic turn-based strategy.
The Kingdom Hearts 2. Alright.
Simply put, Kingdom Hearts 2 is one of
Alright, chat, I am not a Kingdom Hearts hater. I am a lover of Kingdom Hearts. I treat all JRPGs with an open mind. I have in fact delved into that cesspool that is all of the games, unfortunately. So I'm broken personally. But what they put this as 16, 17? It's high, bro. Thank you, Chad. Kingdom Hearts is good, but this is high, absolutely. Let's see. It's a little high. Let's see what they say. It's a good game though.
The finest action RPGs ever made. The original Kingdom Hearts' blend of Disney meets Final Fantasy was a novel through line that punctuated a delightfully melodramatic storyline that players wanted to see.
This game brain rotted me
despite its clunky combat. Kingdom Hearts 2 takes everything unique about the original setting, combat, and player customization and throws it into a blender, adds a dash of anime-inspired over-the-top finishers, and the result is a series of scenarios that left our jaws on the floor.
To be fair, Nomura said, what if we combine anime with Final Fantasy, but then we put some Disney in that bitch? And then they said, you son of a bitch, I'm in. I'll take, what, 20? Because that's how many games there are. And here we are, waiting for Kingdom Hearts 4 to come out in, like, what, 2032? Don't quote me on that. It might actually take that long.
This sequel takes everything we love about the original and elevates it through the addition of finely crafted extra gameplay features, including Sora's new forms to further complement player styles, large-scale encounters, memorable set pieces with iconic Final Fantasy characters
the Squall
like Cloud and Squall, Leon, that left me cheering in my seat and so much more.
My fault, Leon, my bad.
Is it the 3 mainline Kingdom Hearts games? We certainly think so.
Grandia 2. Oh my god, goated.
The Grandia series may not have been blessed with a new game for a few generations, but Grandia 2...
Chad, I have this game. I own it. It's on my Nintendo Switch. I think I bought the collection for it. When I get the Switch 2 Grandia streams, I might, because I gotta delve into the Xenoblades, and I gotta delve into just all the JRPGs I didn't play on my Switch yet. So I can't speak for this game, but I've heard nothing but good things.
Nonetheless, still holds a special place in our hearts. Its unique combat mechanics, which sees attacks playing out in real time after selecting them from a more traditional turn-based menu system, enable strategies to play out as if you were issuing orders to characters in a real-time strategy.
So cool.
Then there's the cancel mechanics, where attacks can interrupt enemy turns, allowing you to finish battles completely unscathed. Combined, these ideas create a battle system where you can master which attacks to use and when to use them based on their speed,
I like this.
range,
I like it a lot.
and charge time, all with the aim of defeating foes and taking as little damage as possible. This superb twist on combat matches Grandia 2's story, led by the excellent protagonist Ryudo, which often zigs when you expect it to zag.
Oh god. Also, if I remember correctly, Vesperia started with pores. With the pores, not the pores, bro. Got their magic core thing stolen, causing flooding by someone in the royal court who was going to sell it back to him, something like that. I think that's exactly correct. W memory chat. Good shit. Good shit. Oh, my bad. I break. Oh. All right. All right. Cards on the table. I'm a big Yakuza fan. I don't know if you could tell by my apparel, but men in suits, ooh, tattoos, yum. What? My fault. Anyway, Infinite Wealth is so good. I love this game a lot. It's a really good JRPG. I was skeptical when Yakuza Studios said that they wanted to move away from the beat 'em up style and jump to a different form. So they're like, we want to make JRPGs akin to Dragon Quest, and then we get, Like a Dragon, and then we get Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, 2 banger ass JRPGs, modern JRPGs too. You're in the real world, you're a grown man. He has, I don't know, maladaptive daydreaming to where he feels like the world around him is basically Dragon Quest. It's super good. It's so good. But let's see what he says. Let's see what he says.
Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth is a game of balance. An emotional conclusion for the series' original protagonist, Kiryu,
Indeed,
is elegantly counterbalanced by an uplifting story surrounding the series' new lead, Ichiban. Combat juggles Like a Dragon's beat-em-up roots with the recently added turn-based battles and a wacky job system. Somehow, Infinite Wealth manages to balance all of this like an incredibly skilled waiter.
Okay, so ignore Kiryu running around punching people. It's still turn-based.
Tending to a table of 16, all while also including knockoffs
Oh my
of
God.
Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and Crazy Taxi side quests. Infinite Wealth features, well, a wealth of content to ensure it's way bigger and better than perhaps it should be.
It's so good.
An emotional roller coaster, the most recent
Also, the Animal Crossing mode is
one of the
addictive.
most memorable experiences in gaming.
This is a good spot for it. Go to game. Go to game. Let's go. Xenogears.
Xenogears strikes you with a frightening, grim opening that sets the tone for a darker, more mature story than its PS1 contemporaries. It's the closest thing you could point to as an RPG adaptation of the anime Neon Genesis Evangelion.
I love
Not just
mechs.
because of its religious symbolism and super cool mechs, but for the ways in which it touches on tragedy and existentialism.
Nice.
All of that helped it stand out in 1998, but it also has a unique turn-based
Oh my
combat
God, he is
system
tearing
that
it up.
almost feels like a fighting game.
Whoa.
Button combos and successfully managing your pool of action points opens up different combos that add a
I have not played this game, but I'm interested.
Summoning in gears, or mechs, is so satisfying and amplifies its biggest battles. And when it comes to animation and pixel art, Xenogears is still one of the best to do it. We'll always remember Xenogears as one of Squaresoft's classics of
Rest
the
in peace,
PlayStation
Epic.
1 era. But there's no denying that it was left rather
Ooh.
unfinished.
Huh?
Infamously, much of the second disc relied on a series of cutscenes to wrap things up without
Damn
much
it.
in the way of gameplay.
Damn it.
Maybe Xenogears
Never forget
was
what they took
too
from us.
ambitious for its own good and the team ran out of time. It's
Game
just
too
another
long.
way in which it shares a history with Evangelion.
Oh yes, the 1,000-year door.
It's unsurprising
Why
that
is this so
Nintendo's
high?
number one plumber would eventually branch out beyond
Well,
just
hi, bro.
jumping across platforms and explore the possibilities of other game genres. 1996's Super Mario RPG was his first step into the world of turn-based combat, but it's his adventure in 2004's Paper Mario: The 1,000-Year Door that shines the brightest. Its blend of turn-based combat, a versatile stat-enhancing badge system, and numerous sidekicks that come along for the ride make it a memorable experience.
Aye, bruh.
The 1,000-Year Door
Aye,
also
bruh.
features some of the best comedic writing scene in any Mario game, which ensures it entertains with its heartfelt moments and laugh-aloud scenarios until the credits roll.
I motherfucking love 1,000-Year Door, but this is high. I agree, this is very high for 12. This man just talked about Xenogears, a game that interests me immediately. He said it's a darker take, a darker, mature take for a JRPG. There's mechs, existentialism. I love all that shit. And then we hop over to next up is Mario. It's me, Mario. And I'm like, bruh, come on now. Let it breathe, bro. Let it breathe. Stop bouncing on it. Oh my God.
Its striking,
Octopath
modern yet
Traveler
nostalgic
is goated.
HD 2D art style will certainly
Yep.
grab your
Yep.
attention. But beneath that shiny pixel art, Octopath Traveler 2 capably proves that there's still innovation and
I love
art
the
to
way
be
the game
found
looks.
within the classic foundations of JRPGs.
Yes,
Each
sir.
of its 8 characters are the lenses for a powerful story about overcoming circumstance and taking action against the oppressive systems responsible for their misfortune.
True.
They all have bright
Fighting the power and
personalities,
so forth.
even those with hardened exteriors, and the way their paths are intertwined finally pays off the ambitions of the original, somewhat flawed Octopath Traveler. Featuring one of, if not the, best turn-based combat systems of all time, Octopath Traveler 2 strikes just the right balance of complexity, which shines brightest in its challenging and rewarding
Darker and
boss fights.
existentialism, but
It
still
wouldn't be a
hasn't
top
touched SMT.
JRPG if it didn't have an
God.
amazing soundtrack to bring it all together too. But it's not just about having great music.
SMT
It's
makes you
also
want
about how
to
it's
do
used.
things sometimes. Don't be real.
Octopath Traveler 2 blends
Things I
its
can't say on
beautiful
YouTube.
character themes with its empowering boss battle tunes at critical moments, and it's touches like that remind you this team wasn't just trying to bank on our nostalgia. They were pushing the genre forward.
Fair. Where's Dragon Quest at, bro? Goated. Play it, you coward. Leave me alone, chat. Leave me alone. Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Oh my goodness. I am currently on this game currently. It is... Ooh. It's so good. they're making a remake, which is why I stopped, because I kind of want to wait for the remake just so I can play the and then go to the second one, which is in the old RSO. But hey, either way, it's gonna be goated. The same, absolutely. In the fall, in August, I think it's on site. I'm waiting.
Trails in the Sky often feels closer to reading a book thanks to its focus on world building and deep characters. FC, the first game in the series, starts slow in a cozy game.
It does. It's very slow.
You'll be rescuing cats and defending farms. But things gradually escalate, and before long, you're preventing a scheme to overthrow the government. Trails' world feels incredibly alive thanks to well-established relationships between its characters.
It's probably the best thing about this. So, I started playing Trails, I think, a year ago because I watched Trash Taste, and the Giga said he played it and it made him feel that he was just immersed in a big ass world, a giant world. My first Trails game was Trails of Cold Steel. I played it 10 years ago, I think. And I dropped it only because I felt like I wasn't playing the right game. There was so much lore and information that I didn't know, that I felt that it expected me to know. So I had to put the game down and just be like, where do I actually start? Because I don't start here. I can tell. And apparently I gotta start. I got a long way to go. But it's worth it because of that immersion. That immersion, dude.
And how NPC dialogue changes to comment on every major event.
That's true.
Meanwhile, combat combines traditional turn-based mechanics with a tactic-style grid, meaning characters' positioning
and I love the combat
abilities are vital to your success. This base, established in
the first game, is so HD, bro. I need it.
The series has stuck with it through 2 decades and more than 10 different games. This hidden gem is also getting the remake treatment. Look out for Trails in the Sky first chapter later in 2025.
Look out that banger soundtrack. Alright, I knew they were gonna do a Pokemon.
Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver are generous games jam-packed with a ton of stuff to do.
Okay. I'm on Leaf Green right now because I'm currently playing the Pokemon games. I'm on Victory Road of Leaf Green right now. I'm so close to being done, so I can go on to the next one, which I believe is Gold and Silver. I hope I'm right about that. The Pokemon fans, don't kill me, please. I love Pokemon, but again, this is high. I'm gonna hear him out, but yeah, I do think that it's kind of high. He's giving it that Nintendo curve, that childhood nostalgia bias that, you know, Nintendo just has on them. Pokemon's good, but Pokemon also makes me wanna boo myself, bro. It's let's hear him out. Let's hear him out.
Which will certainly appeal to the Pokemon player who loves to explore. Much like the original Gold and Silver, Heart Gold and Soul Silver brings players back to the Kanto region after their stint in Johto for a full-on extra poke adventure complete with gyms, native Pokemon, and of course, a battle with the ultimate rival, Red from the original Pokemon games.
IGN love to suck off Nintendo. Yeah, they do. They're doing backflips on it, bro.
Version of the classic region. And I know I've been talking about sprite work a lot on this list, but these sprites
looking at this has hurt my eyes because it's like shaking.
This is a Pokemon game that has unique sprites for every
Pixels
Pokemon
are moving.
that follows you in the overworld. It allows for a level of immersion into the Poke world that wasn't previously possible in earlier games.
Nice. Suikoden, bet.
Suikoden 2 continues its predecessor's
work of
bucking the JRPG tropes of the era while weaving a mature story rife with political intrigue, the ambiguity of war, and memorable characters. All of that rendered in some of the finest sprite work the original PlayStation was capable of, with apologies to Breath of Fire 4. But come on! 108 recruitable party members, each with their own side quests, along with combat that supported 6 party members and...
Oh my god, is this a game with all the fucking characters in it? I gotta get to this one. I've heard so many things of when are we slotting in P5. He's gonna do Persona 5. I'm gonna say, and once again, I have not pre-watched this, nor have I looked at the tier list. I'm gonna say he's gonna do 5 for Persona 5. I don't think he's going to put it any higher because I think that might make people really mad. I don't think he should put Persona 5 on here. Definitely, I like the other Personas more than 5, but I know he's going to put 5 on here.
Team-up attacks that will have you playing with team composition for hours on end. Suikoden 2 takes everything about the original and improves upon it in every single way, and further refines the stunning sprite work that made the series stand out at a glance.
I don't expect to see Metaphor either. Metaphor's not on here. They didn't play Metaphor. What the hell is that? Oh my god, it's Earthbound.
This game stinks. That was the tagline Nintendo went with to market Earthbound in 1995.
He said that with his whole chest.
Somewhat predictably, it didn't work out all that well, as the Super Nintendo RPG was a commercial failure in the West. But the few that did pick up Earthbound's enormous big box, complete with a player's guide and scratch and sniff cards, so 90s, stumbled into an incredibly quirky, comedic, and poignant adventure. Earthbound takes a satirical look at America through the lens of Japanese writer Shigesato Itoi. It's in Eagle Land for crying out loud, and there's something to laugh or smile at during nearly every moment of Ness, Paula, Jeff, and Pooh's quest to save the world from an impending alien threat. The writing is hilarious, the soundtrack is unforgettable, and the story
Nintendo America's marketing, what marketing do?
Again, is one that almost anyone can relate to.
Hold on, while I have you here, chat, YouTube, can we talk about the issue that I have as a JRPG fan? There's a big problem that I got of the West not understanding that 2 of the biggest publishers that make games, Sony and Nintendo, especially Nintendo, they are literally Japanese. They are in Japan. That is where their headquarters lies. So when they make an RPG, it makes a JRPG. When you tell people that Dark Souls is a JRPG, they get really fucking mad. They get really fucking angry. Because they assume that just because something's a JRPG, that means that it's like bad or boring or something. But that's not the case. It literally means that it's an RPG made in Japan. Because I've seen so many people treat like the Xenoblade community, yeah, like, you know, Earthbound didn't do very well because the only JRPG that really did well is Pokemon and Fire Emblem. But speaking of Fire Emblem, is Fire Emblem even on here? Because I haven't seen it yet, and I'm kind of scared because all these fucking games, Mario, Thousand Year Door you put on here, but you didn't put a single Fire Emblem. IGN, I'm gonna. Ooh, let's continue.
On top of that, Earthbound is a great RPG that takes...
I explained it to someone that Pokemon is JRPG and they got confused. It is an RPG made in Japan. You are so correct. You are so right. A Japanese man made that game. God, come on, bro.
Takes a tried and true Dragon Quest formula and puts it in a contemporary setting.
Where's Dragon Quest at, though?
At the time, Earthbound is possibly the definition of
Where's the goat of JRPGs? Where's my Dragon Quest?
Countless indie games over the last 30 years, including a little gem called Undertale.
There it is. Thank God. I love this game with all of my heart. Holy shit, what an amazing game. Dragon Quest 11, dude. Oh my God, I cannot believe. And it's up here and it's 6. Thank God. This game is so good. From start to finish, I loved every single second. Not the making the person's name IGN. Anyway, IGN's adventure, I guess, which is what we're calling him in this scenario, is a good one. It's a long one. It's a sad one, actually. It's a tale about reclaiming your throne. They show you this world that's been taken from you. You're taken away from your home as a baby because something evil monsters, you know that type of thing. You know how it be. And you band together with your party of amazing characters, every single one of them. And you ascend to your destiny as the luminary because, you know, you got to be him. They said to me I was an adult Pokemon and I told them to play Nocturne, then I had to explain to them how exactly the thing. What? Jesus. God. Explaining JRPGs to people do be a nightmare. It do be a nightmare. A wand and adult Pokemon? I see. My favorite thing is when I try to tell someone about a Final Fantasy and then they say that they don't want to play it because they don't want to play all of the other ones just to play one of them, and then I freak the fuck out because you don't have to do that. You really don't. Oh, it's Dragon Quest XI, excellent game. Absolutely. We are on number 6. And yeah, that too. Oh my god. It's so bad. It's so bad.
Dragon Quest XI Echoes of an Elusive Age was a landmark moment for the long-running JRPG series. Its tale of togetherness, mutual understanding, and forgiveness, combined with gorgeous visuals, exceptional turn-based combat, splendid storylines, and a colorful cast of characters, delivers excellence from start to finish.
Absolutely.
Every character in the party gets their time to shine, and some of their individual tales often rival the quality of the campaign's superb main storyline. Dragon Quest XI is an excellent example of how refining what has come before can breathe new life into a franchise.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Just completely reinventing it.
What's next? Oh my god, the third Xenoblade Chronicles.
Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is focused on telling the grand, adventurous story of two nations locked in a perpetual war. Just the cutscenes alone will treat you to a fantastic anime version of the tale.
As soon June 5th, I'm playing. I'm on stream. The Switch is set up. We're playing Xenoblade 1. That's the first thing we're doing on the Switch 2. I don't care that there's no special edition. I'm playing these games. I gotta play them. I wanted to play them for a really long time, and I haven't gotten to because I'm an idiot. Thank you, Stream Elements.
There's even a cutscene the length of a movie. The writing is incredibly strong and offers comedy.
What? What did he say? There's a cutscene the length of a movie. So there's an hour-and-a-half cutscene in there? Alright, well, it's TV time, I guess. TV time, we'll play that game, but we got a long way to go before that one. We gotta play Chronicles. The first one, then 2, then X, then 3. All those, bro.
Commentary on our core beliefs, but despite these heavy topics, the characters are consistently very funny, and
the Trail series is more confusing because I don't think it titles them 1, 2, etc. No, it doesn't. It's like it's Trails in the Sky, 1, 2, 3. Then it's whatever is after that. Then it's like Trails of Cold Steel. Then there's like Trails of your mom. Like that type of stuff. And then it gets confusing because like which one of these do you start with? So definitely with the naming conventions and so forth, I don't blame people for being confused.
Things are often wrapped with a hopeful message. But Xenoblade games are not just about their stories, and this third and final chapter in the Chronicles series has gameplay chops to match its storytelling. Combat is flashy and MMO-like with its array of abilities, and you'll be able to make the most of your team as you fight all manner of creatures,
they got fighting with his meat. I mean,
mechs.
his hands.
We're saving the best till last, though. You can transform into a Gundam-esque entity called Ouroboros. And just based on that alone, Xenoblade Chronicles is one of the best JRPGs that Nintendo has ever made.
Nintendo didn't make it. They published it. Oh my god, it's on here. It's on here. They put it on here. Goated. Let me hear that soundtrack. Let me hear it.
Metaphor ReFantasio, the latest game from Persona creator Atlus, takes a close look at the power of fiction and the impact it can have on the real world. The king is dead, and an election must now take place to choose a new ruler, which introduces you to a range of candidates with varying belief systems.
Oh my god, the song's so good. I hear it.
An exploration of class, race, religion, and political structures which Metaphor handles deftly, striving to convey an understanding of such problems rather than offering a solution. Much like Persona, Metaphor is broadly split into social and combat sections. The life sim portions of the game have you leveling kingly virtues like tolerance, wisdom, and eloquence as you learn to empathize with conflicting viewpoints.
We love Lotus Elixir, bro. He's so good.
Atlus at its best. combining the snappy single-button press combat of Persona, the strategic depth and turn system from Shin Megami Tensei, and a class system called Archetypes for good measure. All of this, plus the striking art style and incredible music we've come to expect from Atlus, Metaphor ReFantazio is a modern classic with a powerful message that makes it a worthy spot in our top 5.
Atlus, I expect this same amount of maturity from Persona 6. Don't you dare go back to high school, bro. Don't you dare go back to high school, bro. Bring back them fucked up scenarios, bro, and make them aged. Age them up. God damn you. Anyway, let's continue. Chat, we're not gonna see Fire Emblem on here. I'm crying, bro. Wait, where's Persona 5? Ain't no way they didn't put Persona 5 on here. It's IGN, bro. I know they put it on here. Where is it?
No JRPG list is complete without a Final
Oh my god,
Fantasy.
it's a Rebirth.
For good reason. The series has been around since the genre's beginning and is partially responsible for many of its foundational elements. But the challenging part about including a Final Fantasy game in a list like this, of course, is picking just one.
Which one?
There's 16 mainline games, plus a whole bunch of spin-offs and sequels, and even the most contentious games have their own unique offerings. But after much deliberation, we've made our choice. An unorthodox one filled with complex combat, a heartfelt story, and an unforgettable cast of characters powered by fantastic writing and larger-than-life bosses. Of course, it could only be...
Oh my god, he's trolling.
We're kidding. Though Stranger of Paradise is fantastic in its own right.
Let's go. Oh my god.
Our actual pick is Final Fantasy X.
Listen to his story. It's his last chance.
Taking over the world and the small group of spiky-haired individuals.
Oh my god. This is one of my favorite games of my entire life. I'm so biased. If this isn't the game you want on here, I'm so sorry, bro. I didn't make the video. I'm just watching it. You got the win, my dude. Absolutely. I won. I win the IGN JRPGs. Oh my god, look at it. They're in love. I'm depressed. I'm crying. I'm crying in the club. I'm not saying shit. It's so good. It's so good. I love this game so much. Why not number 1? Because they're gonna put, I don't know, Persona 5 number 1, because we still haven't seen it yet. Oh my god, bro. It's so good. It's so fucking good. It has all the it has romance, it has world building, it has time travel, which is super cool. It's got racism in it. It has plot twist, beautiful music, amazing soundtrack, excellent combat system, the spear grids, all of it, everything you could want in a game. Summons, bro, it's so good. It's so good. Oh my god, I gotta stop playing the game. A touching love story, absolutely. A love story that'll leave you bawling at the end, bawling, sobbing, ugly crying. Oh my god, it's so good.
Individuals overcoming the trials necessary to prepare them for the final battle. Summoner Yuna and her group of guardians gave us our first introduction to what was once the future of Final.
I'm just glad they didn't try saying 7 or 15. If they said 15, I turn the stream off. The stream would end. I'd turn it off immediately. If 15 is absolutely. If 15 is one of those little type of exactly.
Final Fantasy, thanks to the PS2's higher quality graphics and fully voiced characters. Final Fantasy X also gave us a sphere grid system that allows almost unrivaled freedom for building and improving character attributes. A Blitzball minigame that is still talked about for its fun and depth, and a wealth of extra.
Okay, I like Blitzball, but most people I've seen have despised that game. 15 is good game, bad fall. Exactly. It's a super good game. If you put aside the fact that it says Final Fantasy in it, it's such a good game. That's why we call it 15 and not Final Fantasy 15, cause yeah.
Content that challenges and entertains those wanting to see everything this masterpiece has to offer, including this gem.
Oh, come on, bro. Come on, bro.
Okay, I know this scene gets a bad rap often, but it's often taken out of context, and I would argue it's actually a really good scene. But moving on.
It's one of the best scenes.
Shouldn't laugh anymore.
There it is. There it is. Number two. Aight, bruh. Look. I love Persona as much as I mean, for fuck's sake, look at my interface, bruh. Look at what are they putting at 1? They're putting Chrono Trigger at 1. They have to. They literally have to. They're obligated to put it at 1. I have not pre-watched, but I know I'd stake my whole reputation on it. Because if they don't put it at 1, they're getting clowned on. But you know they wanted to put Persona 5 at 1. Why haven't I played Chrono Trigger? Same. What's wrong with me? Same. What's wrong with all of us, bro? But alright, so the conversation on Persona 5. Persona 5, excellent game. It is the JRPG that broke the mainstream. It jumped into the mainstream. It said, look at me. I am your next obsession. I am the video game I'm your first JRPG. If you are not a liker of JRPGs, this is probably the only one you've either seen, heard, experienced, maybe even played, and actually got through it. It's so good, though. It's so good. It's not my favorite Persona. My favorite Persona is Persona 3, and I think it might always be Persona 3. But I see why they put it up here. Because back in 2017, I think, P5 got how many people in Atlas game? All of them. not all of them. I'm not gonna say it got a lot of them in there. If you go on Twitter and you see a person with a P5 icon, they've had that P5 icon for like 8 years. That's how long they've had it for. It's a good game, definitely. No lie. It's such a good game. But number 2, I don't know, bruh. Over my goat, Final Fantasy X. That's a hard conversation. It showed people that JRPGs are not, in fact, boring and are very cool. That's true. It showed people that JRPGs aren't boring. It got them to pay attention to them because it's so flashy. It's so stylish. It's so unapologetically anime. And they're like, sign me the fuck up, I guess. Everybody's doing it, so I guess I'll do it too. And then they did. You have Moist Critical talking about it, IGN talking about it. I still see streamers talking about this game. I see people who play League of Legends for a living, gacha games for a living, talking about Persona 5, being like, hey, you should play Persona 5, it's really good. Because that's how influential it was. It's an icon, definitely. But let's see what IGN got to say about it.
With a lavish anime style and rebellious attitude,
it got in Smash.
Draws you into its modern Tokyo, where the distorted desires of the city's people are made manifest in an alternate dimension of the metaverse. Persona 5 makes a strong statement about taking action against those who abuse their power in insidious ways. The definitive version,
Society, it always watching me.
Persona 5 Royal not only refines the game's combat mechanics, but also goes beyond its initial boundaries with new characters and a heart-wrenching additional chapter to bring it all together. Persona 5 uses the tried and true principles
Persona
of
has
the
never been on Nintendo
combat system, using its brisk momentum to keep things moving with
until 5.
But it's during the downtime sequences in Tokyo where you spend your days throughout the school year, where you unwrap.
That's the crazy thing, chat. You bring up such a good point. Persona 5 got into Smash before Persona 5 was even on the fucking Switch. I remember that day, that fateful day at the Game Awards when I was watching it, and Joker was announced in Smash, and everyone freaked the fuck out. There were so many people being like, well, who the fuck is that? Who the fuck is that? I don't know who that is. Is like the Joker, you mean from Batman? It's like, nah, bitch. Joker from Persona 5. And then it got a lot of people to play Persona once again, because I mean, that's just how much aura the game got, basically.
The stories that drive Persona 5's greatest ideas. The series' signature blend of RPG dungeon crawling and social sim bring you closer to its
Persona
world,
was never on a Nintendo console prior to P5 on Smash. Yep.
And whether it's to invigorate you for a big battle or evoke a certain emotion in dialogue, Persona 5's genre-bending soundtrack is an unforgettable one. It's a confluence of all these elements that give Persona 5 a sense of purpose, making it one of the greatest games of all time. While the emotional roller coaster of Persona 3...
Bruh, settle down there, sir. I'd like to introduce you to something called Persona 3, personally speaking. But that's a different story. I'm not about to fight that fight. This video is already almost an hour long. Let's keep it going.
And heartwarming friendship in Persona 4 are what drove the series for years. Persona 5 is the best representation of developer Atlus's RPG achievements.
Bro. What did I tell you? What did I say? I told you. They had to put it on here. You had to do it to them. Number one, Chrono Trigger, probably the GOAT of video games, the GOAT of Japanese RPGs, bro. Let's let him speak. However, I knew it.
Chrono Trigger is the quintessential 90s RPG made by an all-star team of genre pioneers. But it's also timeless thanks to how beautifully it captures everything we love about the genre. In its concise 20 to 25 hour runtime, you quickly grow to love its characters, become invested in their struggles, and master the ways in which their abilities synergize with each other in battle. Beyond that, it's a time-traveling journey about the importance of preserving our world for generations to come, and a...
Look, I knew this game was goated when someone told me that you can manipulate time in the game. There's like, I forgot what the fuck happened. There was like a tree that you mess with and it altered a whole timeline or something like that. And I'm like, that's crazy. I saw it like years ago when they told me. So they probably were paraphrasing something like that when they were telling me about the game. But I was like, damn, bro, that game sounds immaculate.
Sobering look at how the world changes and stays the same across eras of existence. It's clever in the small ways too, refusing to systemize its secrets and making use of a world painted with some of the best pixel art ever seen to draw you into its treasure trove of discoveries. There's also a reason why its soundtrack is still revered as one of the best of all time. Like jumping between time periods in the game itself, putting on any of its songs.
Congrats to Akira Toriyama, you won IGN.
Despite everything.
The Akira Toriyama won the world, bro.
One way we still cling on to that.
Dude, such a goat. Whoa.
And there you have it, IGN's top 25 JRPGs of all time. Did your favorite make the list?
Put his trophy on his grave, yes sir.
As well as anything you think we might have missed in the comments. And for more lists...
Alright, bruh. I'm ending this video, not you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we just saw the 25 best JRPGs of all time, according to IGN. Did your favorite JRPG make it on the list? Did you even like this list at all? Do you even agree with anything that I or this person said? Let me know in the comments below. But I have been Evermore, and this has been Evermore Radio. And if you don't know, now you know.